Hi everyone, welcome to Awake TV. So today Sue and I are gonna talk about soul tribes and how to find it. So we are having Lionsgate, and more of us are having a spiritual experience and a spiritual awakening. So a lot of people will be experiencing saying hello to your soul tribes who are much more aligned with your energy and your vibration. So we're going to talk about this because many of us going to experience this. So what's your thought about that, Sue?
I'll start with, I don't know if you can hear me. We'll start with what I've been noticing on social media lately. And I'm not a huge social media fan as far as like just for my spare time, but I do have to be on social media for my job. And so I have been noticing that a lot of people have been posting things along the lines of, if you, how do I say this politely? How to, or recognizing that if your blood family is not on a similar vibration, if they're not on a similar vibration of you, or they're actually, tearing you down in some way, that it's okay to let go. It's okay to, I've been seeing a lot of posts about that lately. And what that's telling me is that people are realizing that what we have traditionally called family is not always meant to be with us for our whole lives. Sometimes they're meant to be with us, earlier in life, and then they leave for a while, and then maybe they come back again, or maybe they never come back. But just like every other soul, we have contracts with these folks, are what we call our blood family. And so, but we've been taught and socialized at a very young age that no matter what, you have to make it work with your family members because they're your family after all. Well, people are starting to think differently about that now. They're starting to question that concept, especially as they're noticing that maybe particular family members are just causing so much more grief than they are helpful to have in our lives. So anyway, along the concept of redefining family, we're talking about soul tribes. And so I think it's kind of uh, a coexisting parallel discussion when you hear so many people realizing that just because somebody is your blood relative doesn't mean you have to be with them your whole life, or that you can't set boundaries and protect yourself if that person is damaging, or very much limit your time. You and I have talked about this a bunch, but so then we say to ourselves, okay, so if I can't, if I've come to the point where I just don't really have a lot of family to speak of that I can rely on, now what? And especially with COVID and all of the discussions about family fallouts over what's really going on. Do I get the shot? Do I not get the shot? What are your belief systems? And maybe your belief systems are very different from most of your family, so you felt alienated through that situation. Now what? And I think we're really being internally coaxed and encouraged to reach out to people, or even be willing to have that discussion with a total stranger, people that are not our blood family. And because we're redefining what our tribe is. And like you said a couple minutes ago, we're now being attracted to people of similar vibrational resonance as we are. And I think that's going to be a really big help for the future of humanity. And here's why: because when we do give ourselves love in the way that we honor what we feel and how our comfort level is around people, and we start honoring that by spending more time with people that make us feel good rather than people that we don't feel good around, that energy feeds the collective.
Yeah.
and it keeps bringing us higher and higher, because always when we're in joy and when we're in comfort and peace, um, naturally our vibration is higher. And so we feel that on an individual level, and we see that in our individual reality. And also we affect the collective because we're being the highest version of ourselves that way. And so, I think it's really important in these times to realize that we can redefine what we've traditionally believed to be, the people that we're meant to spend our important days with, and our special occasions and our good news and all of this. It's really important now because we are raising to another level of vibration. And if we can redefine what we've always accepted as truth, and maybe initially it's just like a little bit different than what we've known, and then we move a little bit further away from our traditional belief systems, and we let more and more history go, and we're creating in the moment rather than by history. I just think we're going to be really happy with the result of that. What are your thoughts?
Well, like people used to hang out because of the you come from same country or whatever. I personally think it's ridiculous because I personally haven't really found the people that someone who is like me, from let's say Japanese culture or whatever, because I'm super like, accustomed to my country, like United States. And the point is, when you're looking for your kind of people, it's a good idea to forget about all these boxes, like try to find someone who are like you from inside and not outside, so same thing as family thing. When you're looking for the soul tribe, someone who is like you but not outside, not from what kind of job you're having, not kind of cultural background you're coming from, not kind of like outside thing, status or social ranking or class, or it's nothing to do with it. It's like your soul, your vibration is similar to each other, so you do understand with each other regardless of, let's say, you come from different culture, or you don't even feel it because you're the same vibrational range.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah.
It's like a draw, like attracts like, and you're drawn to each other, and then it should feel as
And
easy as breathing.
yeah, you don't even have to pretend to get along with it. You can be super real, super transparent, and then you don't even have to worry about, or what this person gonna think about me talking about this or that, or because you're a family, so you are like, okay, you be real, and the other person gonna be real, and then we understand with each other,
Yeah, and then great things can be built, I believe, while we're being so comfortable in the company of people, that understand us, and also we're understanding them, or at the very least we're respecting one another enough to listen to what the others are saying. That to me is how solid communities can be built, where there is discussion. We don't have to hide secrets or pretend to be something that we're not. And I don't remember who said this. Some celebrity, I don't know if it was a athletic star, or like maybe a Hollywood star, but somebody made the statement, I was raised to treat the custodian with the same respect that I would treat the president, something along that line.
Mm.
And um that to me speaks of human we're all human beings. And if we're so worried about what someone's going to think about who we're associating with, or they're not part of this club, or
Mhm.
that kind of stuff's all going to keep an individual in separation and in the lower vibrational densities. And it's interesting because all these years of my life, children are the ones that don't have any concern about color, race, nationality, any of that. They just, when they meet each other and they like each other, they want to hang out. They don't care about any of that stuff. It's only once, their parents get a hold of them and change their mind about, well, don't you know that person's from this
Yeah,
culture and you don't want to associate them. Those are learned societal
yeah.
uh, norms that are impressed upon children. And so, if we can be more childlike and regard each other with at least basic human respect, but also with a childlike creativity and wonderment, you know, I when I was in the social work program in college, I met a bunch of folks that were my peers that were from different countries, and
Mhm.
I just found it fascinating to hear their stories and to listen to their point of view, because we everybody had to share in class as with most classes, people have to share. And of course, being social work being the topic, a lot of times things got personal in class.
Mm.
Uh, and we didn't have to share personal things, but you kind of get to a point with certain subject matter where you have to talk through your own personal lens. And I just I could sit there for the longest time and just listen at these different stories and be fascinated and think to myself, boy, I never thought of things that way. Or I've never had to deal with that. I can't imagine what that feels like. And so it brings about a compassion
Mhm.
in me that to realize that not everybody is attacking um, subjects with with the same background, with the same experiences. So we always have to be a little bit sensitive to others' experience. Anyway, I just think that's the wave of the future. I think we've got a Lionsgate portal. You and I are on the East Coast in America, so that happens for us tomorrow. For people
Yeah.
in Europe, they're already in it. So,
Mhm.
um, my advice at this point would be search out your tribe, what the group of the people, the individuals in the groups that you feel like you can most be yourself with, and then open up to who that may be. We meet these folks in the most curious places, I swear. One of my close friends who lives in Sweden, we met because he responded to my response to a post on Facebook.
Mhm.
He
Mhm.
just, he messaged me and he's like, well, I hope you don't think this is weird, but I wanted to see if we could talk more about this subject. And I was like, no, I don't think it's weird at all. And I mean, we've been having conversations for over 2 years now. Um,
Mm.
and you and I, we met on the forum for quantum healers. And the interesting thing about that is there are thousands and thousands of quantum healers,
Oh
right?
yeah. Mhm.
So the
And the
fact,
members.
yeah, members, and there are many, many people at any given time on that forum. So the fact that you and I found each other when we did, and we haven't stopped talking since, I mean, it's been a great experience for me to have our friendship. So,
Yeah.
uh, we really can't discount the people that we meet in strange ways.
Mhm.
Because maybe
Mhm.
it isn't strange. Maybe it's a synchronicity and it's a time when we're supposed to meet them.
Yeah, internet works in the incredible way to connect with people. Before the internet, we only had opportunity to meet people around us, like physically around us, right? Because of internet, we can meet people and be friends with across the world.
Yeah, it's
That's
really
something
amazing.
incredible about it. I do tell my client that when they say they are lonely, I mean, don't count their friend as someone who you count the physical friend. Even you meet each other online, when you're connected, you're connected. There's no, difference between your meeting physically or through online.
Absolutely true. I mean, you and I have never met in person,
No,
but
not
I
yet.
feel closer I feel
Mhm.
closer to you than most of the people I grew up with.
Oh yeah.
So, it really doesn't matter whether it's a cyber relationship or not,
Mm-hmm. And then,
because, our support of each other over the years I think has been really good.
oh, definitely. Like we're definitely a soul family. So my tip for viewers, you guys are, do not discount on your connection with your traditional way of like, oh, we have so much in common, or we come from same culture, or we believe in same religion or sexual orientation. We work in the same industry. Forget about all of that, because when you meet your soul tribe, you just know it. You just vibe with it.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't mean you agree on every single thing, but you get it.
I just want to mention one more thing before we wrap up. You and I think we share this commonality is that, the last couple of years we've had sort of an internal going within,
Hmm.
almost like if you're into tarot, it would be the hermit, right? That we've been doing. And that's because we've been introspecting within ourselves and we've been processing, life
Hmm.
events and things like that. So, if you're in that point in your life where you're doing some hermiting and you're introspecting and or maybe you're processing things, that's fine. We're not saying you got to go out and do this today. When you feel ready and when you feel called to it, but you must open up when you are ready because and open your like you said, Erica, get rid of the boxes of how to meet people and just open up to the universe and say, okay, I'm ready. Thank you for bringing my soul tribe to me. And who you're talking to is your higher selves, God, the universe, all these energies that are there, and especially your guides, because when you let them know that you're ready, that's when they can start bringing your tribe to you.
Yeah, like set the intention and then be open minded. Like I'm pretty social person. Like, I don't mind talking with a stranger, like, who is sitting next to me or whatever. So when you're open, the other people feel easy to talk to you, or you can at least start having conversation, right? I mean, I met the one girl. She happened to be sitting down next to me on the plane, and we was talking to each other for 12 hours, like on the way to go to
Wow.
Japan. And then you do meet people accidentally like that too. I'm just using that as an example, right? So if you're a shy kind of person, that's fine. You feel more comfortable meeting people through online or forum, but you can build a relationship that way too, right? Or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Just be open in your own way and then see what's gonna happen.
Yep. But
Mhm.
I'm excited about, Lionsgate. I have a very man, I feel very powerful energies the last couple of days. And you and I have been talking about that.
Yeah, yeah.
So really what Lionsgate is, just to be clear about it, is it's a portal to other dimensions. And so if you welcome it, obviously you want to intend for the higher dimensional energies to reach you. What they do is they send us light codes, and the light codes activate our DNA, which carries the information of every lifetime, every talent, every relationship you've ever had, right there in your DNA. But a lot of it's dormant. Until you get to a certain vibration where it becomes activated. So the portal allows us to welcome those energies. But again, we're free will uh, reality. So you have
Mhm.
to open up to it. You have to welcome it for those lights to be able to be delivered to you. And that's another way. The reason I brought that up is because that's another way you're going to start meeting more of your soul family when you allow that DNA and your memories to come back. Really, what it is it's cellular memory. When you allow those to be activated, then it just sort of changes your world for better because you can consciously see so much more than we did before. And we just keep growing and growing and elevating in vibration. And then eventually, we're going to look around and we're not even going to be talking about 5D anymore. We're just going to be living it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so next week, and I'm gonna bring a more interesting topic. Thank you so much for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, and we see you guys next week. Bye.